Hello, everyone. How are you? This is the reading for Wednesday, March 25th. No More Dead Dogs. Um, some of you do have the difficulty that you have a different copy of the novel than I do, and the pages are different. So I'm going to start off with the setting of the scene. Okay. Those with you with the blue book, I am reading from starting at the top of page 28. But for those of you in the yellow book, the scene is where Wallace has arrived for the football game Saturday morning, and he has been told that he cannot be on the team anymore. And it's pretty much upsetting everyone on the team and upsetting um, Wallace because he doesn't understand that he can't be on the team if he's serving detention. So we're right at the scene where it says, "It stinks, Dad." So if you can look through near page 28, I don't really remember if your pages are before us or after us. So you're going to have to scan down the left side of the page and see if you can find "It stinks, Dad." So go ahead and pause the video and do that. Now, while people are doing that, everyone remember what we're going to do. You're going to go to the Google Doc. You're going to answer one or two questions about the page just to check your understanding. Then you're going to write a sentence that summarizes what the page is about, but please, no more than 20 words. And then I want you to categorize what happened on the page. Was this about the setting? Is it about character development? Is it a plot event, just some event it's describing, or is it about building action? Is this like, do you have a sense that this is an event that's leading to something else? Or is this a message designed to teach you something, which is what we call a theme, okay? So remember to do the Google Doc besides just doing the reading, okay? All right, so everybody, this is how it sounds. Okay. It stinks, Dad. So Feather, if you remember, Feather, his real name is Mike. His father is the coach of the football team, Coach Wrigley. "It stinks, Dad," put in Feather. "Fogelman's got it in for Wallace." "That's Mr. Fogelman to you, pal," his father corrected him. "But can't you talk to him?" Feather pleaded. "Get him to go easy? It's out of Wallace's hands." "Wallace's hands isn't the problem," Wrigley snarled at me. "It's his mouth that keeps on getting into trouble." "I can't believe we painted your garage door for nothing," Rick complained. "How can we try out my new trick play if you're not even in the game?" "The flea flicker?" I managed, still in shock. "This one's even better," he assured me. "Check it out. You take the hand off, but instead of running, you look for me to go deep. Then you hit me for the surprise touchdown." "That's why you became a quarterback," I pointed out. "You couldn't catch a cold." "Well, we'll never know now, will we?" Rick seethed. The coach put a friendly arm around my shoulder. "I got some advice for you, kid. A lot of people think football is played on the field." "You mean it isn't?" What's he talking about? Okay, so go ahead and pause the video, go to the Google Doc and answer the one or two questions there, and summarize, and then categorize the summary. Oh, wait. Oh, look, a spider web. Oh, okay. So you're back. All right. So now I'm at those in the blue book. I'm at the top of the 29. For those of you in the yellow book, look for the first line of the paragraph that says, "Look around you." So just scan the left side of the margins and see if you can find "Look around you." Okay, I'm going to read. "Look around you. Feather's on an all-day celery diet to slim down and speed up. Wilkerson sleeps with a football to learn how to hang on to it. Falcone's trying to memorize the playbook so he doesn't have to invent something new on every snap. These battles don't have a down or a distance, but they're battles that will help our team. But now you've got one too. It's your job to get off detention. Sounds like a theme. But Mr. Fogelman won't. Coach Wrigley held up his hand. Mr. Fogelman is your problem. Now get lost and don't come back till you've straightened out your life. The door closed and I was outside the stadium for the first time ever on a football Saturday. It felt like being dead. I could see my life going on all around me, but I was a non-participant. Okay, so I wasn't a football nut like Feather or Kavanaugh, and certainly nowhere near to being a maniac like Rick. But I liked the game, enjoyed the physical challenge, and I had a lot of friends on the team. How could all that be over just because I wasn't psyched about old Shep, my pal? I mean, wasn't this supposed to be a free country? I thought back to the coach's words. Could I get myself off detention? Of course I could. If I was my dad, words would have flown like sap from a maple tree. For those of you in the blue book, I had to shift to page 30 to finish the paragraph. This is the greatest book ever written. I wish I could give it 10 more awards. I cried at the heartbreaking ending. By the time Dad was through, he and Zach Paris would have been old friends. They might even have been Green Berets back together in the NAM. That's reference to Vietnam, a war his father never fought. So here, I won't give it away. So go ahead, turn off the video, answer the questions. What was this page about? What was Coach Fogelman trying to teach? And maybe how would we categorize that? Okay, I'll wait. Alrighty. Video back on? Okay. Well, page 30 in the blue book, it'll be a little shortened. I'll just read to the bottom of the page. For those of you in the yellow book, look for the line that says, I gagged. Okay? It'll be on the left side of your page, and there'll be a big dash after it. So it'll be kind of easy to spot. I gagged. I just couldn't do it. I went against everything I believed in to say one nice word about a lousy book. No way. Not for football, not for anything. Where are you going? A high-pitched voice jolted me out of my reverie. This little kid stepped into my path like he was a cop, stopping a fleeing bank robber. I'm no bully, but I wasn't in the best of moods either. I'm going home, I said wearily. Get out of my way. The kid seemed genuinely horrified. But what about the game? I softened. Because of that fluke touchdown last year, I had fans. Believe it or not, among them, some of the littlest kids around town. I can't play, I explained patiently. I'm on detention. Detention? During the football season? Okay, so stop the video, answer questions, write a summary shorter than 20 words, categorize it. Done? Video back on? Okay, this will be our last page for today, and we are continuing the conversation with between Wallace and this kid he's met as he's leaving the football game on Saturday. He's just told the kid that, oh my God, he's not in the game because of detention. So the first word of page 31 in the blue book is Fogelman wouldn't care. Look out on the left side of you in the yellow book. If you're keeping track of where we are, it should be there. Fogelman wouldn't care. Okay, so here is the last page for today. Wallace is speaking to this kid. Can you guess who the kid is? Think about it. Someone who thinks Wallace is the coolest one in school. I think we've met him. Fogelman wouldn't care if it was the last minute of the Super Bowl, I mumbled. The runt started, "Mr. Vogelman, that's Rachel's director." I must have looked blank because he went on. "My sister Rachel, your friend?" Now we know who this is, right? I ran down the mental list of everyone I knew. There were no Rachels. He insisted, the girl from the play. "Oh, that Rachel. What a friend. If it wasn't for my friend Rachel, I might not even be on detention anymore." Although, to be honest, Mr. Fogelman probably would have read my review even if dear Rachel hadn't squealed on me. "I'm Dylan, Rachel's brother." The way the kid said it, you'd think he was announcing himself as the Grand Duke of Luxembourg. "Do you want me to ask her to put in a good word for you?" "I think Rachel's already put in enough words for me," I assured him. "So why don't you go and enjoy the game?" The tragedy on his face was kind of flattering. It won't be the Giants without Wallace Wallace. In spite of myself, I laughed out loud. The bench will really miss me. Okay, folks, that's the end of the page. Answer the questions, summarize it, and then categorize your summary according to elements of narrative. Good luck and enjoy your afternoon.